All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Gen 3 OU video. I've got a bit of an interesting one today. Um, this evening at the fine hour of probably midnight, I was on Smogon, and I was on John Old's page because John Old is an interesting gamer, and I stalk interesting gamers. Not actually. He posted, I think, like his this team dump here. He posted, and there were quite a few interesting teams in here, including a Kingler team, and Kingler is very interesting because he has shell armor, and knockoff and harden and rest. So if you eliminate like a Zapdos and perhaps a Blissey with Thunderbolts and things of that nature, mixed Ments with HP Grass, you can pretty like hard wall things like Metagross and stuff like that. Anyway, very I don't know this gamer quite well. I'm not that really active at all on Smogon, but I try to keep up with the latest and greatest technology and all that. And one thing I found on John Old's page was the ADV OU Teambuilding competition. And this is a thread that's been going on since September of last year. And the current round, well, by the title, you can see it's Spikeless, no DD, Salmons, no Suicune. And I thought it was very interesting because the team I showed in the previous video didn't have Suicune, there were no spikes, and there was a DD Ments. And I was like, huh, I could try Flygon. Flygon exists, except it's kind of bad, and it has 50, 80 special attack. It also gets access to Quick Claw, or Quick Attack, not Quick Claw, which is really bad, unfortunately, to do like 20%. I also tried Charizard. Charizard is a good Pokemon paired with Calm Mind, Baton Pass, Celebi, but I couldn't get him to work, and I was trying to do like some mixed stuff with Brick Break and all that jazz. But I did have some success this evening, this late hour, with a completely special DD Gyarados, and I just had a very interesting game where he sort of achieved some value, but I just thought I'd make a video and talk about it since it uses pretty much the same team as my previous video, except there's a DD special Gyarados, which you don't really see that much. So I was playing on my main, still with the Hiker. We're just going to take a look at this game and kind of analyze it, talk about it, all that jazz. So turn 1, meta Zapdos. I click Rock Slide here because I want to kill the Zapdos, and I do decent chip. And then here I go, Gyarados, and so as I have shown here, I have Flamethrower, and I was tempted to click Flamethrower here. However, if a magician reveals his tricks too early, they're no good. So I opted to do a little conditioning by clicking DD. So turn 3, I'm going to click DD. And fearing a Thunderbolt, I go to Swampert. Kind of catch that. Goes back to Fori to heal up all the way. And this Swampert, I must have copied it from a different version because he shouldn't have Hydro Pump and I just haven't changed it yet. But click Hydro Pump. I'm pretty comfortable here. You know, he wants to spike up. He's at 50% and I did 44. So he's not really gonna, you know, threaten an explosion on me. I think I go Reggie Steel after this turn because I'm not. Yeah, because like in case of a boom, excuse me. And here I think I click T-Wave. I'm not really sure why he went to Zapdos. I think his Zapdos has HP Grass. Now here's some interesting stuff is about to happen here. So he's got a Breloom, and I've got my Celebi, and then I have Starmie. So at this point, my entire team is revealed. But he opts to go Substitute, so I get a free spin-off. Sub does not impact whether you can spin away spikes or things like that. Then I go into my Gyarados, which does not intimidate through Sub, and I take 50. Then I Ice Beam, so I reveal that I've got some funky stuff going on. And the next turn, I don't know. This just bumps me out, like what happens next. And I think I could have made a better play by clicking Flamethrower here, turn 15. But, you know, also I was checking for Zapdos, who I'm, like, this Gyarados is 270. So kind of a hard call. I mean, like, Zapdos threatens me more, although. So the point of these videos is to analyze gameplay, and so we're gonna do some calcing. And this was like a mixed Zapdos with Baton Pass, not Agility. I did have Drill Peck, which we'll see coming up. So if I grab this guy, and we're gonna name him a very special fish, because he is a very special fish. He's one of the most special fish. I'm not boosted. Like, yeah, Ice Beam would have done a lot, but then I don't know. I guess it still probably would have been 30% minimum. Well, and then there's no sand. So I don't know. It would have been an okay move. Flamethrower, no, considerably worse, but how fast is this thing? This thing is 270. So, I don't know, maybe I should be 271 to outspeed it, to be honest. I might do that. Anyway, so that was my thinking there. Kind of, what are you going to do? You know, it's kind of like heat of the moment things where I'm doing 9%. I guess the way you could look at this is like, if he did go Zapdos, I would have done more chip overall. Right? Like, I'm getting less chip on Fortress by clicking Ice Beam. Whereas if I click Flamethrower, that hits everything. What I don't understand is this turn where I've revealed I have Ice Beam. Maybe he was going to click Boom this turn where he gets full parried. But that's probably what he was going to do. And then my Gyarados would be dead. He drains me. I just stay into pressure. I click Flamethrower again. Tar comes in. I'm going out of here. I don't want to give him any more health. He reveals to be maybe Pursuit or some sort of mixed tar. And I double to Metagross, which I thought was a good move because, like, I don't know. Like, let's think about this. I don't know. Like, he clicks. Maybe he. No. This probably was Pursuit Tower. So Crunch Pursuit, Fire Blast, Roar. So I guess that wasn't a bad double. It's just like. I was switching out just out of fear for HP Grass, and then I know my meta can. I think it can muscle one. Let's think about this. I guess the standard mixed does not have crunch. That's right. But I don't know. Sometimes people do like, cool stuff, and they throw hidden power grass on here. Let's say that was the case. So even so, like I take 10% and I outspeed 11% to be precise. So I felt pretty good about that move. Like, yeah, I would outspeed. So if he clicked HP Grass, if he had that, like, it was fine. So I mashed on Swampert. And here I think I just switched to Celebi. Celebi's at 90. I get Ice Beamed. I can, I'm pressuring him out with a Giga Drain. I click Calm Mind. I don't know what he has. Like, I'm kind of surprised he didn't stay in there. Because maybe, I don't know, maybe he thinks I have Recover or something, or Leech Seed. A lot of these Calm Mind Celebes have Leech Seed and Recover. They're very, like, passive. But I'm the fast one, so I'm not 270. I'm 308. It reveals it's mixed Zapdos, so it has Drill Peck, but mixed Zapdos standard is 270, so at speed. So, I mean, I'm looking at my options here. Like, Registeel isn't going to be able to do much with these. I have +2. You don't really get to +2 that often. So, I'm just thinking Swampert. And I go Swampert. And this, so he switches out, and I don't really get that, and I want to just do the calc real quick just to understand that. And this Swampert doesn't have Surf, so just, I don't think I click Hydro Pump or anything. So I'm +2. What? Okay, so I'm at 56. Oh, okay, yeah. So I guess this is 252 mild. So he would have had to crit to kill me, and interesting. I feel like that's kind of a misplay on his part because. Oh, I forgot to do the... Okay, never mind. No, good play by him. I would have killed him. Forgot to add in the special attack boost. So, yeah, that makes sense. He switches out because I would OHKO his Zapdos if he hit me with Hidden Power Grass and chipped me heavily, but then he wouldn't have a Zapdos, and then Starmie would be able to do a lot. It would be able to kill Breloom. Oko Tar, which he doesn't know. Fortress is basically dead. Blissey would be harder, but we have an entire Metagross. Swampert, we have Salve. So yeah, that would have been impactful. It would have really allowed Starmie to start doing things, which you will see later. So he switches out, he goes to Blissey. And this is something I've made sure. I believe this Swampert is... Yeah, the Swampert is 150, so it outspeeds the common 147 speed Blissey. I do decent chip. Do 39. I chip heal, so I do 39, so there's a bit of like a mind game here where he could choose to chip me more. And if we're looking back at this calc, right, 46 to 54 on a Zapdos HP Grass at +2. So I could EQ him, and then he could choose to go down, and then Zapdos could come in for free. And I'd be, I would have taken 25% more. I would have chipped healed. So I would have taken, what is that, 15, 18, so I'd be at 24. So Zapdos would be in a position to kill. But the other thing too is or he could click Soft Boiled, which is why I decided to kind of take a risk and click Focus Punch. I usually click Focus Punch around there, and that's kind of a thing I do. But there is a mind game there, and he could have just tossed me again, and then I would EQ, and he could kill me or Soft Boiled. So maybe you could argue misplay there. But he did want to get his Zapdos in, so and preserve the Blissey. So Fortress goes down, and I'm at 49%, which is in range. I'm at 49. So this is a 62% chance to kill if he is plus special attack, which I think he is, because I don't know, we'll see. It does 46, so low roll. Unfortunate. I get the kill. That would have been pretty impactful because, well, maybe not. I would have still had a Metagross to kill Blissey and a Celebi to guarantee kill. So, I don't know, maybe not. But anyway, I've got the Swampert. I EQ, and he chooses to kill me. And it's pretty much over here. I mean, I've got the modest Mystic Water Starmie. He's got a Breloom. He's got a Tar, which I Oko, and then he's got a Swampert. So he goes Tar. And that probably would have been, if I missed and he clicked Crunch, I would have had Metagross. I believe I would have gotten outsped by Breloom, though. That could have been bad, but I don't know. He couldn't leech Celebi, and I did have a Gyarados. It could have gotten dicey. But I don't miss Hydro Pumps. Hydro Comes, as I like to call them. And that's the game. So, interesting little variation. I don't know if this is actually good. Gyarados, I think, is worse than Salamence, but getting Ice Beam and also getting Thunderbolt can lead to some interesting things, and people don't really expect a special Gyarados, and it can handle a lot of similar things that DD Ments can handle, especially with the Calm Mind boosts. If we're looking, just a last thing, if we're looking at I don't know, let's say +1, I believe, against Arrow. It doesn't kill. Oh, it's brutal. Well, it does some things. So obviously you DD and outspeed. So I don't know. It's less good, but it's I think it's interesting. Just a different strategy, under this team building competition of let's see if there are other ones down here or when they actually started it. But yeah, this is like one of the teams. No Suicune, Spikeless, no DD Ments. By Spamon, this player is quite good, very very high on the ladder. Thank you, DJ Crystal Meth. But anyway, I thought that was an interesting game, so that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your attention, and keep playing Gen 3 OU. See ya.